back to my channel. Today we are going to be playing with new makeup. I have acquired quite a bit of new makeup over the past couple of months, a lot of which has been in the past like week. So I thought I would kind of put a full face together and try some stuff out. Not all of these are first impressions. Some of them I have used before, but I have not used them on camera. So to y'all, they are new. To me, they might not be, and I will tell you if I have or have not used them as we go. So let's just head on in. Pretty much every single thing that I used on my face today is new. So if you're interested to see what products I use to get this look and what I think about them, then just keep on watching. Okay, so I have already done my brows and I've primed my eyes. I don't have my jewelry on. I do this every time. I did use a new brow pencil. It's the Beautycounter Color Define Brow Pencil in medium. This is a sharpened, like one that you sharpen. So I don't know, I liked it today. We'll have to see how I like it once it actually like dwindles down and I have to resharpen it. We'll see, because typically I'm not a fan of this type of brow pencil, but I did want to try it and I did like how it worked today. But I'm going to start out with my eyes as always, but I'm going to do a little bit different. I'm going to prime my face first, and then I got some hydrogel eye masks that I thought that I would put on and try while I'm doing my eye makeup. I bought these from Ulta. They're the number 7 Instant Results Revitalizing Hydrogel Eye Masks. So we shall see. First, we're going to prime, and the new primer that I have is the REN Clean Skincare Perfect Canvas Primer. I bought this, goodness, probably a month ago. Caroline Hirons did a whole video on REN, and she had a 25% off discount code, so I purchased a couple things from them, and this was one of them. So I'm just going to take a couple of drops. It is almost like a liquid, you can't see, a liquid gel, but I just took a couple of drops, and I'm just going to rub that in my face. It does get sticky. I believe it does have glycerin in it. I'm going to pat it in like that. I took 4 drops since I didn't show you. And then I'm going to try these eye masks. I love the warning, avoid contact with eyes. Hopefully these are the ones that will stay on while I'm sitting up. I'm trying to find some good ones like that, so we shall see. It just says to apply them and leave them on for 10 to 15 minutes. So they come in a nice plastic packaging. Sticking on okay. Of course, I'm not using a mirror other than the viewfinder. They have a very light, clean smell to them. All right, we shall see. So let's start on the eyes. I have already primed them. I don't have a new eye primer, but I am going to be working with a few different new eye products. The main palette that we're going to be working with is the Clay Face 2 palette, Clay Play Volume 2 palette from Tarte. If you haven't seen it, it looks like that. The main difference between this and the Clay Play Volume 1 is that down here you actually have a blush and a highlight versus 3 bronzer and contour colors, and there are 3 shimmer colors as well, which the top eyeshadow colors on the Volume 1 are all matte. Now my highlight did come a little bit cracked on the side. I was able to push it back in, but it is very fragile. So just be aware of that if you are planning on purchasing that. So I'm going to take just a transition color. So I'm going to do Journey, which is this color right here, on, you guessed it, my Wayne Goss number 16 brush. And just apply that as a transition in the contour crease of my eye. Let me zoom y'all in just a little bit. Is that better? Welcome to my face. My eye patched face. Now, I always use a base. As y'all know, if you don't know, if you're new, I always use a base under my lid color if I'm doing a lid color. Or I guess I should say if I'm doing a shimmery lid color. So I got the new, I have a few of these little ones, the Stila, the Shimmer and Glow liquid eyeshadows. I got a set with 3 of the little ones, but this one's in the color Starlight. It's like a gold champagne color. So I'm going to put that on my lid. And you know what? These remind me a lot of the Armani eye tints in formula. Like the consistency of the actual formula and how they blend out. And I'm just taking a little brush and blending out any harsh edges. So that right there is a really pretty daytime eye look. Just like that. Super simple, but you know, we're gonna keep going. I got sent a couple, actually 4 of the single Lancome Color Design eyeshadows. I've used all of them. A couple are better than the others. I will say that they are not overly pigmented. You do need to work with them a little bit. And I haven't even checked to see what the actual like price of the singles are. They're pretty colors, but it's not something that you're going to get a ton of kickback with, which is good, but it's also going to have to be something you're going to want to build up, which some people prefer. I'm going to start out with this color Burnt Sand, which is like a satin, almost reminds me of a little bit more of a toned down version of Woodwinked from MAC. And I'm just going to put this on the outer half of my eye, on top of that base. So it's still, like, I don't need to go in. I hope that you can see that. It is a really pretty color. In fact, this one I think is going to be an amazing color for my mothers and grandmothers of the brides, because this is the tone that they want, and it's a very flattering satin finish to it. It's not too shimmery, but it's not a flat matte. So I do really like this Burnt Sand. This one, I don't know if I've tried this one other than swatching or not. This one is called Sidekick, and it is a shimmer. And it looks very silver almost in the pan, but it almost looks like it has somewhat of like an olive undertone. I don't know. I'm going to put this in the inner part. Okay, see, that one has a lot of pigment. I don't know what I'm talking about. Maybe I'm talking about the more matte colors, but I'm not wetting this brush. And that's pretty good payoff, actually. So it kind of comes off as a little bit of a gold. If I want super big payoff, I'm going to put some on my finger. Yeah. But even so, it's not like a holy cow, look at all that shimmer on your eyes. It's still a very nice, subtle finish to the eyes while still being noticeable and pretty. So I'm actually kind of liking those two colors. So I'm going to take just a little bit of a darker color. I'm going to go into Ember right here. Another matte color in the Clay Face palette. Clay Play. Why do I keep saying Clay Face? And this is my Sigma E25, and I'm just going to darken up just the very outer corner. I don't want to cover up that Lancome color too much, but just, and I'm just going to take it kind of, I don't know, what's that, a third of the way into the crease? Just to darken that up just a little bit. These shadows in the Tarte palette are very pigmented. They do have some kick up. I don't mind kick up. I've said that before. When you are working with any kind of pigmented shadow, you are going to have kick up. That's just a part of it. As long as they blend well, then I'm okay, and these blend very nicely. And I have used a couple of the shimmers, and they're really nice as well. So it's a really nice palette. Stuff like this, like, I don't know, it's kind of a catch-22, because I think it would be great to travel with. However, it was like halfway broken when I got it from Ulta, so I'm kind of scared to travel with it, honestly. I don't ever pack, like, I always carry on when I'm flying my makeup because I just don't trust it. So I think it would probably be okay if I just paid attention. So super simple. I mean, y'all know I don't go super crazy on my eyes, but that's what I'm going to stick with today. I think it's neutral enough to wear with the burgundy color shirt that I have on. I do think these hydrogels have definitely migrated since I have put them on. However, I have used some other ones, the Peter Thomas Roth ones, that move way more than this. So I think I could probably get used to them. I'm going to take them off. And it just says to pat the remaining, and there's not a ton, which is nice. It's not going to be an excess of moisture, or I don't think it's going to affect the concealer. We shall see. All right, so let's start on the face. I have primed. I'm going to color correct, which is nothing new, with my Maybelline, zoom out just a little bit, my Maybelline Master Camo. All right, let me switch out my battery before it dies in the middle of foundation application. Okay, so I posted a poll on my Instagram stories a couple of days ago, letting y'all know that I was going to be filming like a testing new makeup and gave you two options for foundations, and I think 75% of the people that voted for this one, and it's the Tarte Hybrid Gel Foundation. This was on sale at Ulta for like $12 one of the days of the holiday beauty steals, so I picked it up. I think that the color I picked up is too dark, so just I'm aware of that. No comments on it, because I matched it up to the Amazonian Clay foundation color that I have, and I forgot that that is actually my summer color. So this looks like it might be a little dark, but we'll see how it melts in. It is very dirty packaging. I opened to see the color and I tried to put this back on. It just seeped everywhere. I'm not even going to try to keep that little thing in, but I don't like jar packaging. I don't see the point in it. I don't know why they wouldn't put this in a pump. It's not too thick, I don't think, to come out of a pump, but alas, they did not call and ask my opinion. So I'm just going to put some on one side of my face with a brush and some with a sponge, and we're just going to see. This honestly didn't have the greatest reviews, so I'm a little hesitant as to happen, but we shall see. It does have a, you know what it smells like? The Rainforest of the Sea concealer, which smelled like paint to me. Like the MAC Studio Fix Fluid smells like paint. Anyways, I got medium sand, if I haven't said, and I'm just going to dot a little bit on the side of my face. I don't know why I'm so nervous about this, but I am. I'm using my Charlotte Tilbury brush I talked about in my favorites, which has worked with every single foundation. So if it doesn't work with this, I'm tempted to say it's the foundation. Yikes. Okay, that is very streaky, and I feel like I'm growing a freaking beard. I went and got my blood work done the other day because my face hair is growing so much faster than normal, and holy cow, this foundation is really pulling it out. All right, the Beauty Blender I think is going to be the way to go, because or the sponge, when I tapped it out, that made it a little bit better. So let's try, oh my goodness. Oh yes, let's just get as much foundation as in my hair as possible. That's my goal for today. Right now, I'm not loving it. I don't know, let's see. Aside from my beard, don't pay attention to that. I feel like I don't know, I feel like it's just kind of sitting on my face and accentuating hair and pores and lines and everything. Just, I can see the makeup very noticeably sitting on my face. Let's continue. Hopefully by the time everything else is done, it will look better. At least I only spent $12 on it. This is not new, but it's new on my channel. It's the Catrice Liquid Camouflage High Coverage Concealer. I'm in the color Light Beige number 20. I like this concealer. I think this color is probably a little light for me because, as well, I always say as you know, and I'm not trying to offend anybody that's new. It's just a habit of me saying that. But if you are not new, you know, and if you are new, now you know. I'm not a huge fan of super bright under eyes on myself. I don't think it's very flattering on me for some reason. And so I don't tend to choose concealers that are much lighter in color. I almost like to match my skin tone. So I feel like I could probably go a shade darker with this, but other than that, I think it covers very well. In fact, I don't really need to go back over it, but I'm just going to do one more swipe right there in the troughs of my eye. It did blend out okay over that Tarte foundation, so that's a plus. Now, Lancome also sent me these Click and Glow Illuminating Fluid Highlighting Skin Fluid Pens. And they come, it looks, honestly, it looks identical to my Maybelline color corrector, and it's got the same type applicator, the sponge applicator. I have used these on my eyes as a base, and they were okay, but I haven't used them on my face yet, so I thought today would be the day. I just pumped it up once. This is the lightest color they sent me. I kind of feel like the same thing is happening on my face is happening on my eyes. It's a very, very subtle glow. And, you know, if I'm going to be putting more cream or liquid products on my face, which is just adding to the amount of stuff that could sink into fine lines, I want it to actually have a benefit. This one, I just don't feel like, I mean, it's a little bit, but once I get that powder on, and I really don't think it would work over powder, I don't feel like it's really, need to turn my phone off. I don't think it's really going to show up. I don't know about that. This one's in the color Lumiere. I'll see how if it shows through, but right now I'm not overly impressed. I'm not sure how much they are, but they're Lancome, so they're not going to be extremely cheap. Okay, I don't have anything new to set my under eyes with, so I'm just going to use my Lumiere powder real quick. Now I do have new powder. It just came in yesterday, and it is the Beautycounter mattifying powder. So it just comes like this. It does have a kind of twist to where you can close the sifter, which is good for travel. And I tried this on my hand, but I've not tried it on my face. So just put a little bit in the cap. I'm gonna use my Too Faced Mr. Right brush. Okay, I can tell you right now, I don't like this Lancome. I can see right here where it did not blend in. That's unfortunate. So this is a translucent powder. Okay, here's another thing with that foundation. I hope you can see this. Is that coming off? Do you see that that foundation on that brush was not there before I applied my powder? So it picked up on the brush with that light dusting of powder that I just did, and that was a light dusting. The powder looks good. It doesn't give a white cast to the skin. Now I'm actually going to take all of the products in the Clay Play Volume 2 and use them on my face. So I'm going to use this bronzer, I'm going to use this blush, and I'm going to use this highlight. So the bronzer is called Terracotta, and I'm going to use my Wayne Goss number 11 brush. And I always have issues bronzing on camera. As I've said before, I normally use, oh, holy pigment. Okay. I normally use two hands like this. It's just how I'm most comfortable. So we are going to use the viewfinder as our mirror. Okay, well, don't pay attention to that big slice of bronzer we got going there. I'm barely tapping this into the pan, so that's how pigmented. Okay, this is some pigmented bronzer. Oh, Lord have mercy. I do take it up to my temples, especially something this pigmented needs to be able to blend in better. It's a really pretty color though. I can imagine it really blending in well with the blush because it does have a little bit of a pinker undertone, which doesn't come off at all in the pan, but it does on the face. Don't worry, I'm gonna be blending that out. That's excessive. I'm gonna go in with a highlight next, which is called Timber. Such a fragile highlight, y'all. Okay. Okay, now we're gonna go in, yikes, with my Morphe E4 and this blush called Desert. This looks like a very universally flattering, beautiful blush color. Okay, this is really bothering me. So I'm gonna take my Hourglass powder and try to rectify that. But so far, the palette is a win. I feel like if you can get this to travel well with you without breaking, it's all you will need for your face and eye products. So I'm gonna go in with that same Ember color, which is a little bit of the darker color that we used, or that I used, to deepen up my crease. Everything's going everywhere. My Wayne Goss number 20, and I'm just going to smoke out my lower lash line. And I'm going to take this color, which I don't understand why it's called Smoke, because it's a shimmery color, but it's this color right here called Smoke. And this is a very shimmery color, and I'm going to highlight my inner corners. This is one of the ones that I used on my lid, and it's really pretty, but it's super, like, almost glitter particles shimmery about this palette upon further inspection is that it is super pigmented and it needs a light hand. Light hand. Before I go in with my mascara, I'm going to use a new spray. I'm dropping everything. This is the Mario Badescu facial spray with aloe, chamomile, and lavender. Don't ask me why I bought this because I'm not a fan of lavender, but it's Mario Badescu spray and I love his sprays. I will say the highlighter in this palette, it's kind of accentuating, like if you have texture, it's going to be, I think, a little too sparkly for you because it is accentuating just a little bit of texture I got going on there, but it's not enough to really bother me. I'm going to put my Estee Lauder Burgundy Suede in my waterline. And I'm going to do my mascara off camera, but I am using one that I haven't really talked about on my channel, but oh my goodness, I love it. A friend of mine got this as a 100-point perk and she raved about it. And so when it came back as a 100-point perk, I snatched it up. And it's the Burberry Cat Lashes in jet black. Oh, this is so good. So I'm going to go do my lashes really quick. All right, mascara is on. So we are going to do lips and then we're going to be done. I feel like I've used this once, but it was right after I got it. It's been a long time ago, and I think it was even when my lips were breaking out. Nothing looks good when my lips are breaking out. This is the Huda Beauty, I can't ever say that. Huda Beauty little set that they had out. I think they still have it. I don't exactly know what the set is called because it's not on here, but it comes with, oh wait, no, it's Contour and Strobe lip set in Bombshell and Ritzy. So it comes with a liquid lip, a lip liner, and one of her, what is this called? Lip strobes. So I'm not typically a liquid lip fan because I have very wrinkly lips and matte lipsticks just don't look good on me. But I'm going to use Bombshell first, and that's the lip liner. Now that I think about it, I'm pretty sure this is not going to match my shirt, but that's okay. Now I'm going to use the liquid lip, also in Bombshell, and because I think this is going to be a good color for my kit, when I have used, the one time I used it in the past, I did not apply it directly to my lips. I applied it to a sanitized surface or sanitized hand and used a disposable lip brush, so that's what I'm going to do today. They apply, the formula is very nice, I will say that. They apply very easily and evenly. Another reason I like using these or a lip brush is because you don't have to put it on too opaque. Sometimes when you put it on directly from the applicator, it goes on super dark and then you have to blot it, or, you know, it's a lot easier to use something like this. So that color is actually very pretty. Very pretty, but I'm gonna actually go over it, the lip strobe. Now, I'm not going to use this in my kit. I do not strobe brides' lips, so I'm gonna put this directly on. Oh, hold on, the vet's calling me. Okay. I'm back. So we are going to apply that directly on top. And I just put it a little bit in the middle and then just rub my lips together. So I didn't put much at all. It's pretty. I like that. I like it. We'll see how it wears throughout the day. I don't like that ring around your mouth that you sometimes get, so we'll have to double check on that. But that's the finished look using all new makeup. Quick rundown. I've used the REN Perfect Canvas before, liked it, didn't think it was overly like amazing, and don't know that it's really truly worth the money, but it is a more clean product, which I know is very important to a lot of people. Okay, after everything else is put on, the foundation looks much better. I still feel like my pores are a little bit accentuated, and it is starting to sink in a little bit in my smile lines already, and it did transfer to the powder brush. So it's not, I don't think you need to run out and get it. No, I don't. It's not going to be one that I'm like super excited to use again. And I am glad I only spent $12 on it. The powder was good. I'm excited to try that with more foundations. The Lancome single shadows are good, although I don't know if they're going to be worth the price tag for just one shadow. Although I do think this burnt sand might be something you want to check into if you have more mature eyes, because it is a gorgeous color. I will say that. It's a really pretty color, and I am looking forward to using that in my kit. These, not a fan. I didn't feel like they were pigmented enough. I don't feel like they blended out well enough. I feel like you could still see the edge of where I applied it even after lots of blending once I put the powder on. Not my favorite. The Stila Shimmer and Glow and the face palette, wonderful. Love both of those. This I like, but again, the sprayer could be better. That's an easy fix. And so far, I like the lip set. We'll see how it wears throughout the day. Did I wear it? Did I use anything else? Because so much of it was contained in that palette, I feel like I should have more products to talk about, but that is the final look. So hopefully you enjoyed this video. I like doing these every once in a while just to kind of try new things out. I do think really quickly the hydrogel patches, I don't know, they really made a difference. I don't have a lot of puffiness though, and they were like, I think they were like $12 for 5 of them, so I wanted to try them. I am going to try them on my clients and see if they make a difference. So again, hopefully you enjoyed this video. I will see you in my next one. Thank you so much for watching, and as always, I hope you all go out and have a very blessed day.